Now on KZI 9 News at 4, one day later, a community comes together trying to recover from tragedy.
Today's a day of healing. Today's a day of mourning.
In the hours after a horrific mass shooting at a Florida high school, the heroes of that day are emerging.
I don't know how we're alive.
And there's once again a call to action.
We cannot lose another child in this country to violence in a school.
We take a look at what more can be done.
There is only currently one effective solution.
And take a look back at the things we've learned from the past as KZI 9 News at 4 starts now.
Live, local, late breaking. This is KEZI 9 News at 4.
Good afternoon and thank you for joining us. I'm Bob Schaper. We start with a nation coming together in the wake of that gruesome school massacre in Florida where 17 people lost their lives. We have team coverage this afternoon. KZI 9 News reporter Brady Wakayama spoke with a former fire chief who says we need to reapply the lessons learned from the Thurston school shooting. But first, we turn to KZI 9 News anchor Matt Templeman, who's live in the studio with a look at the heroes emerging from this tragedy. Matt?
Oh, that's right, Bob. We are now hearing from the survivors of this attack, and one of them is a student who hid in the bathroom for 2 hours. She sent her parents a text message saying, quote, "If I don't make it, I love you, and I appreciated everything you did for me." She made it out alive, along with many other students, all of them thanking the teachers who saved their lives. As the fire alarm went off, students say Mr. Beigel was at the front door of his geography class protecting them.
He was blocking the door, so the door was so open all the time. I don't know how we're alive.
At first, I didn't hear the alarm nor the gunshots. So when I took my headphones off, the alarm was going off, and I heard the shots. And then I saw the shooter run after Mr. Weiss, and I saw Mr. Weiss get shot.
That student also went on to say if it weren't for Coach Weiss shooing her away, she may not be here tonight. Assistant football coach and security guard Aaron Weiss attended Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, spent his entire career there. And when the gunfire rang out, he said that's not fireworks, and they say he threw himself in front of students to shield them from the bullets. He was rushed to the hospital but later died from his injuries. A culinary teacher also protected several students in her classroom. And of course, as the day and the night goes on, we are going to be hearing more and more stories of heroics and survival, and we will continue to share them with you as we learn about them. Live in the studio, Matt Templeman, KEZI 9 News. Bob.
Okay, Matt, thank you. Governor Brown ordered flags to half staff at all public institutions to remember the victims. The flags will stay lowered until sunset on Monday. The White House also issued a national flag order. The suspected shooter, Nikolas Cruz, was in court this afternoon facing 17 murder charges. He is a former student and was expelled from Stoneman Douglas High School. Today, we're also learning the 19-year-old was a member of a white nationalist militia. The leader of that group, Jordan Jerab, told the Associated Press that Cruz was a member and participated in paramilitary drills. He says he didn't know Cruz personally, but says he acted alone and on his own behalf. He also told the AP that he heard Cruz had trouble with a girl and believed the timing of the attack wasn't a coincidence. Investigators say the teen had a troubled past and a variety of gun and violence-related posts on his social media. Now, that deadly school shooting has sparked another debate in Washington over the issue of gun violence. Democrats are calling for debate on gun control, but Republicans say enforcing existing laws should come first. Meanwhile, President Trump offered his sympathies to the victims, but he didn't address the issue of gun violence.
We are committed to working with state and local leaders to help secure our schools and tackle the difficult issue of mental health.
Trump says he will visit the high school in Parkland, Florida soon. And KZI 9 News reporter Brady Wakayama continues our team coverage live in the newsroom. He spoke with the retired Springfield Fire Chief who was on scene during the 1998 shooting at Thurston High School to get his reaction on yesterday's shooting. Right, Brady?
Bob, Dennis Murphy called yesterday's shooting heartbreaking and says the most recent act of terror, or these acts of terror, are far too common. Now, Murphy founded the Ribbon of Promise the day after the Thurston shooting. The nonprofit was dedicated to ending school violence. Murphy says in 2000, his organization made a video called Not My Friends, Not My School. The video featured Springfield High School students talking about their experiences and ways to prevent school shootings. Murphy shared with me what he believes to be the most effective way to ending these tragic acts.
Speak up, speak out, because all of these attacks have featured one or more persons that knew enough to stop it. then the authorities need to take action.
He says more than 10,000 copies of the video went out to schools across the country. Now, coming up on KZI 9 News at 5, hear what Murphy thinks incites these school shootings. Live in the newsroom, Brady Wakayama, KZI 9 News.
Okay, Brady, thank you very much. Of course, we invite you to stay with KZI 9 News throughout the evening as we continue to cover the Florida school shooting. And of course, you can always find the latest on our website, kzi.com. And be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. All right, moving on. Little over an hour ago, KZI 9 News has learned that police are investigating a threat at Roseburg High. The school's principal sent out a letter saying the threat was found in the girls' bathroom today. The student who they think is responsible has been identified, and law enforcement has been contacted. We've learned the school staff are also working to ensure the student in question is getting counseling and appropriate supervision. Officials say they have no reason to think there is an imminent threat. And Oregon State Police want to remind parents about the Safe Oregon School tip line. It's a way for students, parents, and community members to report problems like bullying, harassment, and safety threats. It's free, and it's already in 749 schools across the state. Police say if your child's school doesn't have this program, now is the time to ask why. And we have new information now. The teenager who Everett police say was planning a shooting at his high school is being held on a $5 million bail after facing a judge Wednesday. Police arrested 18-year-old Joshua O'Connor on attempted murder charges. Police say O'Connor's grandma called 911 earlier Tuesday. They say she showed them a journal where he allegedly drew up plans to shoot students and use homemade explosives at the school. Detectives seized the student's journal, a rifle, which was found inside a guitar case, and some dummy grenades.
We don't know at this point in time what the end result may have been or may not have been, but I think that the steps that were taken were the appropriate steps.
Now, in court on Wednesday, public defenders said the gun and the grenade shells were legal. They also argued the journal was just, quote, musings and ventings, unquote, and weren't enough evidence to support attempted murder charges. All right, new at 4. After more than a decade, a convicted rapist finally gets his punishment. Portland police announced they have their first conviction since finally testing decades-old sex assault evidence kits. Nina Melhoff has investigated this backlog issue for several years and explains how victims are finally getting their justice.
The past came back to haunt 41-year-old Jose Rosales, convicted of 2 counts of raping a Portland resident back in 2006.
It feels good to get justice for the victim. It feels good that this process is working. It feels good that, you know, we are correcting things from our past, and I only feel like we have a lot of positive coming in the future.
This week has been busy for Portland Police Sergeant Chris Lindsay of the Sex Crimes Unit. Quite a few DNA matches have come in, IDing suspects in decades-old sex crime cases.
If we do get a match, we will reach out to the victim and let them know what has been discovered, and then we ask them what they would like to do. We are a victim-centered unit. We will only take a case forward if the victim wishes us to do so.
Portland police admit they had a dismal record of testing just 39% of the rape evidence kits that victims provided, a 4-hour process, often just as traumatizing as the initial crime. The other 61% sat on a shelf, never sent to a crime lab. There are many reasons rape kits weren't tested. A victim completes a rape kit but doesn't file a police report. They file a police report but then won't cooperate. The suspect's identity is already known, or the investigator decides no crime was committed. In 2016, Congress approved millions of dollars to zero out the national rape kit backlog. Portland police got some of it, and now all 1,700 of their kits, some going back to 1985, are at a private lab being tested. The results coming in every day. Now police practices have changed. Every kit will be tested from now on.
No more kits sitting on shelves. We are 100% full submission. If it's an anonymous kit, we will not submit it unless the victim comes forward later and asks us to.
Now, police say since the Me Too movement began, they've gotten an increase in reports of sex crimes. They say that's good, though, because normally only a third of victims report attacks. The 4J School Board went over its game plan for passing a massive bond measure in November. At Wednesday night's meeting, they discussed the need to replace Edison Elementary and North Eugene High, as well as build a new elementary school in North Eugene. Edison was built in the 20s. It's the oldest building in 4J. North Eugene High was built in the 50s. Officials announced they'll hold a series of community forums coming up. The first community meeting is Tuesday at 7 o'clock at Roosevelt Middle School. Tonight, the Bethel School District will hear from parents regarding its holiday celebrations policy. The meeting starts at 7 o'clock at the Shasta Middle School cafeteria. On Monday, you'll recall, the board meeting was forced to reschedule because of an overflowing and angry crowd of parents. This is some video from that meeting. The district says the changes are a way to be more inclusive for all students. Public comment is limited to 3 minutes per person tonight. No decision will be made during the meeting, and we will have a crew there and complete coverage on KZI 9 News at 11. Also tonight, the University of Oregon is looking for input on a proposal to raise tuition again. The proposed rate increase would jack the tuition up by $270 per year for in-state students and $810 for out-of-state kids. A meeting is tonight at 5:30 in the Alumni Lounge at Gerlinger Hall.
Now, your first forecast with Chief Meteorologist Marissa Walzen.
Well, as we're moving into this late afternoon on Thursday, we are still seeing plenty of clouds across the area and some clouds looking like they're going to bring us some rain, but we really haven't picked up anything today. Today is going to be one of those drier days, but here on Storm Tracker 9 satellite and radar, you can definitely see all the clouds across western Oregon, and we are going to see even more clouds move in as we get into tonight, bringing some showers with them. Live look over Corvallis, you can see the kind of dimensions here in the clouds. There have been a couple of sun breaks, but really most of us again have had pretty cloudy skies. Even though the airport is reporting sunshine, that's not the case there. We're at 49 degrees at this moment, so temperatures are about normal for this time of year. Actually, our average high temperatures are around about 50 degrees, and we're at 50 in Cottage Grove, North Bend, and Florence. A bit cooler to the north, a bit warmer to the south of that little line. As we take a look at tonight, we'll still see plenty of clouds. Temperatures will be also around normal, so for many of us, that means we'll stop in the low to mid 30s, a little bit warmer though along the coast, and we're going to start to add in a couple showers near Florence and then also to the north near Newport, and we have more showers on the way tomorrow, though some of us will have a better chance to see them than others. I'll have more details and what you can expect coming up in just a bit. Bob?
Okay, Marissa, thank you very much. A Vancouver couple is now a viral sensation thanks to a hilarious photo shoot coming up on KZI 9 News at 4:30. Why, that man right there says the photo shoot was all in an effort to help his wife battle cancer. But first, we take a look at how one local community college is helping students prepare for their future careers in a way that's just a little less conventional than normal. Stay with us.
Live, local, late breaking. This is KEZI 9 News at 4 with Bob Schaefer and Chief Meteorologist Marissa Walzen.
Students from 27 different high schools signed letters of intent with Lynn Benton Community College to participate in career and technical training programs. And KZI 9 News reporter Jessica Babb was in Albany today and shows us how this will impact their futures.
It's letter signing day, not for sports, but for jobs. Students signed letters of intent today for technical programs that'll set them up for their future careers.
2 years ago on signing day, Cecilia Durheim didn't know what she was getting herself into. Now she says it was one of the best decisions she's ever made.
I am very excited that I made this decision.
Like so many others, Durheim says she wasn't the school type of person. She says she wanted hands-on learning opportunities, smaller classes, and a shorter program, all things the technical program offers. In June, she will graduate from the medical assistant program knowing how to draw blood, give shots, and give physical exams.
But it is going to be very nice that I can say, no, I have a certificate. I can use this. I can go out and work.
Students signing could choose from programs ranging from culinary arts to healthcare, computer design, and welding, just to name a few.
Signing day is a great day. It's fun to see eager new students. It's fun to know we have more new students, younger students coming into the program. And for me, it's very heartfelt because I know they're going to be prepared well and I know they're making a great decision.
Durheim says she will continue with schooling in hopes of becoming a physician's assistant one day. And she believes this program has given her a head start to accomplishing her dreams.
Over 90 students signed today, and they could choose from over 16 different programs. Reporting in Albany, Jessica Babb, KEZI 9 News.
What a great idea. Thank you so much, Jessica. All right, we have a crime alert now. The Medford Police Department says there have been 29 business burglaries since the start of the year, and some businesses have been hit more than once. One Medford business says it's had so many break-ins, the owners added a metal grate to its front and back entrances. The general manager there says they've spent thousands of dollars in burglary repairs. Bill's Glass says it's been getting several calls a week from local shops that have been burglarized.
It's all these mom and pop shops that are getting hit on a regular basis. The people that have been in this valley for 15, 20, 30 years that are trying to make a living and getting hit, and not the big corporate locations. But someone that's trying to put food on their plate and on the table for their kids and family, $600 to fix a window every 2-3 weeks is going to be ridiculous.
Absolutely. That's just brutal. Police say the best thing businesses can do is to have video surveillance.
Well, here's your live Traffic 9 update tonight. We are looking at some slower traffic, mainly around the Albany area in the central Willamette Valley. Right now, you can see working your way to I-5 or back. That's usually where we have a lot of traffic at this time. There's also a lot of stoplights in that location. As we fly a little bit farther to the west-southwest here in Corvallis, things are moving pretty good. A lot of green here on the map, so not looking at any slowdowns at this moment. I'll have a closer look at your forecast and what you can expect for Friday, and we're almost to the weekend. I'll have more next.
Now, Storm Tracker 9 weather with Chief Meteorologist Marissa Walczak.
Well, we are looking at a lot of clouds across the area, but there are a couple sun breaks out there this evening. And as we get through the rest of this evening, really not going to see much of a change. The changes will move in as we get into tonight. But here again, plenty of clouds, though we do have now a winter storm watch that's been issued on top of the advisory that we did have in place. And this is for the Linn County Cascades above about 2,500 feet, where we are looking at about 4 to 8 inches of snow as we get into tomorrow. And we are going to see an impact across the passes. Now, right now, you do not need chains or traction tires to get across any of the passes. You can actually see the wet pavement across every single one, though tomorrow we are going to see the snow start to accumulate there. So if you're traveling at all this weekend, not only tomorrow, but even Saturday and Sunday, where we're expecting another 2 to 4 inches both of those days, get ready for possibly some slick driving conditions or chain requirements across the passes, and not just for the Linn County Cascades. We may also see that across Willamette Pass and farther to the south along Highway 138. But once we get into next week, there is more sunshine on the way, but chillier temperatures will continue. We do have clouds moving in, and we have more clouds just off to our northwest. This is actually the next storm system that's going to move in and bring us some showers as soon as tomorrow. Now, tomorrow, some of us will see a decent amount of rain. Others, though, will just kind of wait for the showers, maybe moving through, maybe not. And I'll show you the reason why here on Storm Tracker 9 Stormcast. By midnight tonight, though, a mix of clouds and some breaks, maybe a couple showers up near Lincoln County. But by 6 o'clock tomorrow morning, yes, we'll have plenty of clouds. You can already see some rain showers, especially along the coast, mainly north of Douglas County up into Lane and Lincoln counties there. We're also going to have some snow in the mountains. Now take a look at this, and we're going to put things in motion through about lunchtime. If you notice, we're still seeing some rain showers and snow showers in the mountains, as well as the western slopes of the Coast Range and the coastline. It does look like tomorrow the inland valleys will fall under what's called a rain shadow. So everything is falling on the western slopes of the Coast Range, as well as western slopes of the Cascades, while right in the inland valleys, we're actually not really going to see much. So for those of you in the Umpqua Basin, the Willamette Valley, and all the valleys in between, expect mainly mostly cloudy skies tomorrow with the chance for a couple showers, as most of those showers will continue into the Cascades and the coast through late tomorrow. And then once we get into tomorrow night, things start to break down a bit. And then Saturday, that's when we'll see a good push of moisture, not only for the mountains and the coast, but for everyone, even into Sunday. Now back to tonight, we'll have plenty of clouds. Lows will be normal, mid to upper 30s to start off your Friday. And then by the afternoon, temperatures will be about the same as what we had today. So low 50s along the coast, same thing for the Umpqua Basin. 40s, though, through the Willamette Valley, as well as the foothills of the Cascades. But taking a look at the 7-day forecast, we'll keep rain showers through Sunday. And I have brought in the chance for some flurries early Monday. Now, it's not going to be much, but if there is any moisture remaining, we will see a little bit of some snow early Monday, even along the coast. For those of you in the Umpqua Basin, I've also added in that possible chance for flurries early Monday. But again, it's not going to be much. Before that, though, temperatures will be too warm, and we are just going to look at some rain showers through the weekend. Now, the mountains, though, will keep adding on the snow, which is great news. All the ski resorts except for Willamette Pass will be open starting tomorrow and through the weekend. And finally, for the Willamette Valley, looking at rain showers through Sunday, and I have brought in that chance for snow early Monday. But good news is actually that is President's Day, or Washington's birthday, and a lot of people, a lot of schools already have that day off. So it's not necessarily going to impact that, but of course, a lot of people still have to go to work. So just be prepared. I'm just preparing everyone just in case. Again, we're not expecting a big snowmaker, but we may actually get a little bit of flurries, maybe even sticking to the grass as we get into early Monday.
And if it does, it won't stick around long because the highs of that day are in the 40s. So
exactly.
it'll just be gone by the time the sun comes up. All right, thanks, Marissa. Now for a look at what's happening out and about this weekend. Take the Plunge Saturday to help raise money for Special Olympics. This is cool. The Corvallis Polar Plunge kicks off at 9 in the morning with a costume contest at 10:30 and a nice dip in the Willamette at 11. It all takes place at the Crystal Lake Boat Ramp. The annual Sportsman's Outdoor Recreation Show is this weekend in Roseburg. This is at the Douglas County Fairgrounds, Friday through Sunday. It costs $7 for adults. Kids are just $1. You can also get $2 off with a Buy Mart coupon, but it's only good Friday and Sunday. And the 33rd Asian Celebration 2018 is this weekend at the Lane Event Center, Saturday and Sunday. Times do vary. This year's celebration plans to focus activities around STEM academic disciplines. Admission is $6 for adults and free for anybody under the age of 12. Still a lot more to come on KZI 9 News at 4. Don't go away. Got some entertainment news for you now. The wait is over. Marvel's superhero movie Black Panther hits theaters at midnight. It's already getting rave reviews. ABC's Danya Bacchus has the story.
How much more are you hiding?
The anticipation for this movie is record-breaking. Ticket pre-sales for Black Panther outpacing every other superhero movie ever made.
I think that everyone involved in this wanted this to be special.
It already has a near-perfect 97% certified fresh rating on Rotten Tomatoes. And even before the public has had a chance to see it, the movie and what it represents in terms of diversity in Hollywood is already resonating with audiences.
It's tapping into something that has long been overdue.
Explorers have searched for it.
The movie, set in the fictional African nation of Wakanda, as the main character, played by Chadwick Boseman, returns home to take his place as king following his father's death, only to be met by an old enemy. While it is a superhero film, it also deals with real-world problems, including racism and sexism, something director Ryan Coogler says was very important.
We wanted the moral questions of Wakanda to be ones that aren't as easy as black and white, and ones that are relevant to today.
They figured out how to realize the full potential of all its citizens. And the women assume their power, and it doesn't diminish the man's.
The movie also creating a buzz on social media with hashtags like the Black Panther Challenge, raising more than $250,000 so children of color can see the film for free. Check out the reaction these students in Atlanta had when they learned they had tickets to the movie. Danya Bacchus, ABC News, Los Angeles.
I love their reaction. Thank you, Danya. Black Panther is expected to make up to $150 million this weekend. All right, coming up, a Vancouver couple is now a viral sensation thanks to a hilarious photo shoot. Why that man says it was all in an effort to help his wife battle cancer. All right, there's a live look over Eugene. Gorgeous. That could be something out of a painting. Don't go away. We'll be right back.